question that we have is, will you be disappointed? Will you, all right? Will you be disappointed if one day, not many of you have children yet, but if one day your children place you in an old folks' home? Yes or no? Will you be disappointed if your children place you in an old folks' home today?
No, not really.
Okay lah, about half-half.
This looks strange. This. Because your bar is not starting from zero.
That's right.
Statistical illusion. So we are close to half-half.
Luckily, our ministers can point out these things. So, those who said yes, disappointed. Those who said no, not really. Yes, disappointed. Share with us. Isaac, thank you. Okay.
Okay, personally, when the issue was out of sending parents to old folks' home, my parents were the ones who tell me, are you going to do that to me? I will be very upset. Because personally myself, as being in an upbringing family who really thinks about family values, really know that family value is very important. And I know that a lot of people, I think it's like when we relate to elderlies, my peers, I think they didn't understand what elderly wants, or they don't understand the current generation may not understand how the elderlies are feeling compared to the past. And personally myself, because when I was involved with elderlies, I understand how they feel. And I mean, you bring up a child for such long years and then you are being put at old folks' home, they will feel that they feel either they are redundant, or they feel that because of their child's career or because of their child's, progression, they are the ones to disrupt all this. And we didn't want to create that personally because it will disrupt their feelings and their hearts. And as a child, from young, I was taught to be obedient and learn to take care of the family. That's why I find that as we progress, we shouldn't lose this culture and ethical values, because parents are the ones who still take care and love us, and it's not just the economic factor that brings forth this. Thanks.
Actually, just as a follow-up to what Isaac was saying, I was on an e-web chat for Reach, and one of the participants asked me this question. The participant asked, he says that if we are suffering a pay cut, should we still give an allowance to our parents? Right? Should we still give an allowance to our parents? So the way I answered the question was that, well, if your parents suffered a pay cut, should they still feed you? Because I think it's quite obvious what the answer is, right? Should the parents still be responsible for the children's welfare? So I think this is quite an interesting point of view that, we really ought to remember what our parents have done for us when we were younger. Now, we'd like to hear from those who say, no, not really. We're quite cool with it. There were 48% of you who said that. It was almost half. So who says, no, not really? I'm happy. I will go to the old folks' home. Yes, we have two, in fact, and we want to hear from both of you. Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Caroline.
Hi, Caroline.
Hi. To me, I think instead of having to say that I'm disappointed, I would say that I'll be quite happy staying in old folks' home. Yeah, if my children decide to send me there. But all said and done, because I have lived in US for quite a few months previously, and I think that they have very good old folks' home. As in, if Singapore has old folks' home like that, I think I'll be the first to volunteer to go. Yeah, because to me, I would feel that if parents impose upon their children to want to live together with them, relationship might sour, and it might cause other burdens, emotional burden and mental burden as well. So I think if I'm a responsible parent, really, I would really just want to, check myself into old folks' home, and maybe, relationship will be better, and I'll be happier and healthier too.
Oh, thank you very much. That's a very interesting viewpoint.
Actually, it just says one thing, that as parents, even when we get old, we don't want to impose on our children. We're still taking care and thinking for them. Like what you said, that we don't impose on them. Actually, that's what we found in many cases at MPS. the parents come, they say, oh, you know, our children really is having a hard time. I don't want to impose on them. So even we still want to love them and be considerate for them.
And next to Caroline, we have somebody with a similar view.
No, don't worry, just voice out your view.
I'm Jerica here.
Hi, Geraldine.
I think, Jerica.
Oh, Jerica, sorry.
I think this question is not applicable for me because I do not have the intentions to have kids. Okay. Perhaps it's because I wouldn't want to be disappointed because I can't anticipate what my kids will do in futures. So I think I will choose not to have a kids.
You choose not to have kids because you
Yes.
don't want to be disappointed.
I don't want to be
That's bad news.
disappointed.
No, then you will choose. What if you chose a HDB flat and you're disappointed with it? You know,
Oh.
cannot what? How can we
Okay.
go through life? you know?
Depends because for that, it's different types of experience. So I believe government is trying very hard to encourage people to get married and to give birth. But unfortunately, I would have disappointed the nation for that. Because I believe I represent part of the people that have the same thinking that they wouldn't want to have kids.
Right.
Because it's very expensive and kids to me is a liability. So I would rather do my own financial planning with my husband, or if I have one, okay.
When you have one.
When I have one, okay. When I have one, so that I can have a happier life and retirement life with him, rather
dear.
than to.
Look, if your parents thought that way, you wouldn't be standing here, my dear.
Can I ask a question? Sorry, if it's too private, let me know and you can choose not to answer.
Okay.
If you found someone, a guy that you really love, and the guy says, I want to have children, will that change your mind?
Depends at the point of time.
There is hope! Yay! There